everyone. I'm Raakhi Rupani, Communications Coordinator for BNI here in the UAE. And today we have with us Prem Mulani. He's been with BNI for over 15 years, been an active member of BNI for 14 years. He passed on his membership to his son, which was in 2009. He continues serving on the Directors and Ambassadors team. And here we have him talking about his journey, his experience with the whole online meeting, and the interesting times we've had so far. Hi, Prem. Good to have you here with us.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Prem, I know we've spoken about this with your whole journey of BNI being long, and you've experienced so much throughout the whole journey. Now, you've been a member for the last, say, 12, 13 years. And more than that, you've been a part of BNI, the whole DNA group, the directors and ambassadors for about, I say, close to 15 years. Uh, Given that the
It's been
challenges
a
that
long
you're
time.
facing,
Yeah,
uh,
it's been a long time. I think what 14 years as a member and now part of BNI now coming up to what over what 15 years. Yeah, it's
yeah,
been a
yeah,
long time.
I wouldn't ask how old are you.
I was much younger when I joined. That's all I'll say.
Let's just say that. So tell me something. Given that the interesting times that we are in, how has
Yeah.
2020 been for you? The whole experience, because we immediately went online. So how has the experience been for you? How the challenges been so far? How did you overcome them?
Well, I mean, if you see how 2020 was, everything just caught us really by it just came out to us suddenly, and we were pretty much learning on the job, so to speak. In BNI, outside BNI, and I think we were learning on the job. That's the main thing, and we had to be very nimble. We had to be adaptive. We had to understand what other people are going through, really, because obviously, the whole COVID phenomena that we're seeing has had a lot of negative effects on people's businesses, families, so on and so forth. So I think really business is a factor, obviously, but I think most importantly, what's the focus has really been is relationships with people, because we don't know what people are going through individually, and I think that was our primary focus, that we really need to be sensitive to that, is that what changes people are going through. Like I said, both on the work front and the family front,
Yeah.
there could be so many things that have changed. People have lost loved ones. People's business has gone down to a trickle. Um, I remember speaking to a person that between in the first 7 months of the whole lockdown, he had generated one invoice that the entire period. So this is a knock-on effect that COVID has had on people and their businesses. So
So how,
it
how
was
is
a
how the did you face any challenges when it comes to the whole experience when the whole BNI went online? I know we immediately took the decision, went online, and the
yeah.
transitions. How was it?
Well, I think, I mean, okay, speaking personally for myself, I've been a very much always a relationship person. And I'd never really experienced this whole concept of online meetings in any capacity, really. For me, it was always about meeting people in person, developing relationships. And so this was an eye opener. I'll put my hand up and say I was a non-believer. I was absolutely a non-believer and saying that this can't work and it won't work. And gladly, I've been proven wrong. I think worldwide, we've seen that this is a game changing, it's a defining moment, that how businesses are able to engage with each other, how people are able to engage with each other. So we've all had to adjust. And the people who have adjusted faster, like BNI has, I think we've seen the results there. It's obviously it's the sometimes you feel the warmth is not there, as opposed to, I was, again, I've been a member for 14 years, part of BNI for over 15 years. I was so used to that mold of of meeting up with
Yeah.
people, having physical meetings, and having the physical one-to-ones, and all of a sudden that's been thrown out the window. So it was a serious challenge. I won't say I've totally overcome that yet on a personal basis, but I'm that much more comfortable than I was maybe 10 months ago, 11 months ago.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I was a non-believer earlier, and that has completely changed.
Well, they say what they say, you have to adapt with the changing times, right? So,
Absolutely, absolutely. It's something that and it doesn't feel strange. When we started, it felt strange that we would be having work meetings online, that you'd be having BNI meetings online. I think none of us felt that this can work really,
yeah,
but we've adapted. Everyone's adapted, and they've you know it's happening, and it's happening with fantastic results,
yeah,
really fantastic results.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So for the audience out here, they might not be knowing, but you are the director consultant for Insomniacs chapter out here in the UAE, which is
Yeah.
ranking high. So
Yeah.
what have your learnings been so far with the Insomniacs chapter, the members, and how has success transformed this journey from the last year?
Yeah. Well, we are the largest chapter, and I think we surprised ourselves by the amount of growth we've achieved during lockdown. Um, but then, if you look a bit closer, I think I was very lucky with the leadership teams that I had in place. I was very lucky because they were able to be nimble, they were able to adapt, they took it on as a new medium even faster than I did, perhaps. So I was very much blessed to have them in place because remember when they took on the leadership team positions, we had no idea that we're going to be going into a lockdown and online meetings. That was never part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Um, so these teams were very nimble, and they were able to adapt. Um, I think what's really helped us is we've kept the teams have kept the focus. They've just trying to keep, like I said, first of all, making sure relationships. Initially, when we started, and I was thinking, not really March, but we're talking in May and June, July.
Mm.
What I was referring to earlier, about people being able to have relationships with them, reach out to them, keep things strong. What I think Insomniacs did, which was fantastic, is that they made sure that all members are engaged. We know that business was suffering at that time. There wasn't that much happening. There was lockdowns going on. But what the Insomniacs team did in a fantastic way is there was socials, constant socials going on. Everyone was doing it on Zoom, and almost too many socials. But you know what? Looking back, that's what engaged all the members. They felt that they're part of this community, and this community is there to help them. First, during on a personal front, and obviously on a business front. Because there are certain people who felt that everything is lost.
Yeah.
During this time, it was challenging for many people, right?
Mhm.
And that's when I think it really benefit having this cohesive group who everyone was stepping in, to help each other, and make each other feel better, and try to create business opportunities for each other. Um, and you say good news travels fast. When when members are feeling so much uh, part of a cohesive group, they want to talk about it to their friends,
Mhm.
right? Saying that, hey, I'm part of such a great initiative, and you know COVID and lockdowns is not going to hamper me, it's not going to hold me back, and my fellow members in Insomniacs are helping me. Those sort of conversations, in fact, encourage other people to join. And
Mhm.
then it starts becoming self perpetuating. So during this period, it's not only the growth that we've had fantastic retention as well. I think almost the highest if not the highest in the region. We're maintaining amazing retention. And I think all of this whole community feel that was there, it's difficult. It's not easy. But I think this community feel is so important. So when we talk about socials, about engagement in the meetings, keeping things a bit lighthearted at times, it doesn't have to be serious business all the time. Keeping things lighthearted, keeping people engaged. That's what I think the teams did a fantastic job on.
That's awesome, Prem. I know you personally for a very long time, and I know that you believe in relationships, and it's really taken a very big toll on people, thinking that how is it going to go online, and things have really changed people's perspectives, and here we are still online and up and running.
We didn't know, but it's here to stay, and we've adapted. We're able to make this happen. We've seen fantastic numbers in terms of members, in terms of business being generated. So I don't think we should really give ourselves any more excuses because we know it can be done. Work is going on, even though remotely, even though we're having BNI meetings, work is happening. And in fact, I think people, if they really try and make sure they develop the relationships with their fellow members, then they will find that this is an amazing opportunity for them to even grow their business even further, despite COVID, despite not being able to meet, in person.
So I'm taking away a lot of words, and before we end the meeting, I'm taking away a lot of words like community, relationships, never give up attitude, positivity. Any tips or any advice, given that we are going to go into the new leadership teams in the next 1 or 2 months?
I think, well, for the new incoming leadership teams, I think it's going to be, you're going to have to try and make an effort at it. And really, my main tip to you is keep it lighthearted, keep it engaged. Um, Business doesn't have to be serious, and you can have fun while you're doing the fundamentals. I strongly believe that. Yeah, I would say fun in the fundamentals, get all of that done, but still keep it engaging as well. Yeah, get the work done. It can happen. Otherwise, COVID, etc., can be an excuse. Don't let it be an excuse.
Thank you so much, Prem, for being a part of the whole conversation. And there you have it. There's a lot of takeaways from the meeting, and I hope you all listen to this, take in as much as advice and feedback from our veteran member, our director ambassador for the region. So thank you so much for being a part of the conversation.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this, Raakhi. Pleasure to be part of it.